would not have been slapping hands and smiling and doing this to it. Never. His own dad would have never been doing that. And that's what I mean, like where I'm watching this and I'm like, bro, this dude kicked you in the balls. They bloodied you. They beat the crap out of you. And rather than you see him and you see red, you're too busy, man, slapping the fans. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what takes you out of it. You know, it's a great and simple analogy, and I don't mean to pick on him, but I'm picking on him because it's obvious to me, okay? After Cody got jumped by Cena and Rock and all that stuff, okay? He's had 2 face-to-faces with John Cena, okay? Every time he comes through that curtain and they're playing the music, he's all smiles, he's high-fiving the fans. Simple question, because Chris, we've seen this a million times. Put Dusty in that spot. Both times his own father would have come out all business, bro. Never taken his eye off of that opponent in the middle of the ring. He would not have been slapping hands and smiling and doing this to it. Never. His own dad would have never been doing that. And that's what I mean, like where I'm watching this and I'm like, bro, this dude kicked you in the balls. They bloodied you. They beat the crap out of you. And rather than you see him and you see red, you're too busy, man, slapping the fans. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what takes you out of it.
I mean, they literally had Little John slap him in the face. Yeah. It's not Little John.
Well, it was. Here's conflating black rappers here. Very nice.
I'm a pro. I like Little John. This is what's upsetting about it too, because you're talking about like if Vince was there, where he got into the realm of like baby faces have to smile, whereas all right, who's calling the shots now creatively? Triple H in theory. You have John Cena. You have Cody Rhodes. They get it. They freaking come on. They're there. They get it at the highest levels. So it's like, where is that disconnect that Cody is coming out smiling and slapping hands and not having intensity? Is it from him? Is it from creative? Because creative and Triple H should know, yeah, don't smile. He kicked you in the balls and he made you a bloody mess. So I just wonder where that mandate's coming from, or if it's just, if it is like a Cody thing, and then why? Because you'd think you would get it being the dream son, especially.
Yeah, I mean, let me pick your brain with that a little bit. EC3 is someone who was there during the Vince McMahon creative era and the Triple H creative era. Derek Bateman was, an NXT thing, and Vince McMahon, you end up working with him more, but it was a different, less creative genius, more like, hey, Triple H, what do you got going on? Let me veto or approve, that type of deal going on with his latter reign. But from a old school Vince McMahon standpoint of really emphasizing these characters to more of a Triple H era of emphasizing the fan reactions of matches, what did you experience from a backstage perspective when it came to working with Triple H? Yes, 5-star North American Championship match, fans loved it. But how much was Triple H really emphasizing character work in NXT while you were there?
It seemed like quite a bit, because when I came back, I kind of had the established thing already. So I was kind of, I don't want to say hands off, but like it was, known, I guess you can say. But when I saw him work with like other talents, it was very much based on character. And I just wrote about this in my book, but I'm writing something about Triple H, and I'm talking about how in NXT and there'd be takeovers and there'd be like a kind of a dramatic entrance. he would do it how he wants the guy or the girl to do it. Like, so he would come out and be doing their thing and like, you know, rehearsing the entrance. And then I caught myself doing that with Mike from State Farm, the 41-year-old insurance agent I went to high school with, who wanted to have a pro wrestling match. So we trained him, and he's over as hell. So I'm going through his ridiculous entrance. I'm like, I feel like Paul, except way, way, way tinier deal. But he was very into the character thing. And I also feel like there wasn't a rigid WWE structure when he was in NXT and I was there. Whereas if I was in an angle and I'm a babyface and so, hypothetically somebody beat me up after they set up their camera in my apartment bathroom. But if I came down steaming mad, ready for a fight, I don't think there would have been that conversation. All right, make sure when you go out there, though, you're slapping hands and smiling. It would just be decided. And then if he wanted me to slap hands and smile, I would figure he'd come back, oh, you still got to do that babyface thing next time. So, but he's very into the character thing because at that point, because he gets it, you'd think.
I think that's a great answer because there's a few names as you were talking. I was like, you know, during like the black and gold NXT times when it was, you know, the Finn Balor character was really big, you know, emphasizing Demon Finn. Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura was super over in NXT. You had Aleister Black, that was really big. Velveteen Dream was huge during that time. You know, Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream was an amazing feud that really was a coming out, a breakout party for the both of them during that match. And there were some really good emphasis on character work. Karrion Kross is another one. How come that didn't translate to what we see now? Do you think the abundance of product, the abundance of things that they have to pay attention to dilutes significantly their emphasis on trying to make those characters mean something?
I think, I don't know how it's structured, but I can see this in NWA. I'll just say, like, it can be diluted if there's micromanagement necessary. So if the guy who's responsible for what really matters is worried about things that don't matter, then I think character development would be diluted because he's so onto everything, he can't focus on the main things itself. Whereas if there's trust in a structure and like if it isn't perfect, he's not going to be mad. So people aren't walking on eggshells, where if LFG show this guy that's losing in 4 minutes didn't do this one thing, he's not flipping his headset off and breaking pencils. Like he's like, oh, we missed that. Make sure we do that. If you have trusted lieutenants, I think you won't dilute it. So I don't know the structure, but it baffles me that the characters aren't as laser focused as they were. I don't know what the reason for that would be.
Vince, why do you think that the character emphasis from Triple H's NXT days hasn't translated very strongly on the main roster?
Bro, so many of these things, Chris, I just think are so freaking simple. First of all, from what I understand about NXT, they practice entrances over and over and over. So they're putting a very important emphasis on a ring entrance. And they practice it over and over and over. The way you walk down to the ring, you know, if you're a girl, you do the split, whatever you're going to do. So now they got to get that entrance in every single time, regardless of the circumstances. Bro, we got to remember one thing. We're supposed to believe this is real. Bro, you guys are going to a fight. You're walking to a fight. Okay, well, we don't see UFC fighters walking to a fight this way. You don't see professional boxers walking to a fight. They are all focused and headline. Bro, even when Hogan used to do it, what would he do? He would come out with the big eyes and point at the opponent. I mean, that's what he would do. But they're putting such an emphasis on these engines. I mean, bro, and it's not just Cody. How many times do we see Seth Rollins coming down like a total ass clown when he's in the middle of a blood feud with what he's wearing and he's doing the Joker. And it's like, brother, you're going to a fight. Yeah. And that's what I mean when I say the common guy is sitting at home saying, bro, what's so funny? You're going into a fight. Or like that's what takes you out of it. But somewhere along the line, they put this huge emphasis on the entrance. Bro, you know who the entrance really used to be for, Chris? The cocky heel. You know, the Shawn Michaels coming out as a heel to his music. The Kurt Hennig coming out. You know, it was the cocky heel. But now when baby faces are coming out with the same routine, regardless of the circumstances and the stakes, bro, it just takes you out of it before anything even happens.
Yeah, I think those entrances was a way to really add a layer to an already multi-layered character, right? Like, so for Hogan, you know, when he came down, when people heard the guitar strumming, they weren't ready to sing along with it. They were excited that Hulk Hogan was coming out. You know what I mean? Like that's what we see such a difference now, because we have that type of European football soccer crowd that you just want to sing when it comes stretching down and it hurts inside. like back in 1988, people don't do that. They cheer Hulk Hogan. They don't start singing the theme song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And think about some of the theme songs you had. You know, DX. People weren't singing the DX. People weren't singing the Shawn Michaels. People weren't singing to the songs, bro.
Yes.
I don't remember anyone go, I'm a sexy boy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point, Vince, too. Like, you know, the entrances, you're going into a fight. Like, I mean, you're talking to Vince Russo and EC3 right here. We're obviously into characters and presentation. Like, there's a way to do it where it's not totally breaking the illusion that this person is actually going to a fight. And they should be reserved for special times, because you just mentioned DX, and I remember WrestleMania 14. Oh, we got a live band. I never see that. That's cool. Made it special. I do remember in the 80s, I don't remember his name, but I was watching this fight, and this big, jacked dude. I think he was Russian, right? And then out came this guy, and he had this American flag shorts on. He had a hat. He had a vest. Uncle Sam. He had people dancing all around him. He was all pomp and circumstances, sparklers, fires, things blowing up. He got into this boxing match with this big, tall Russian guy named Dolph and got killed. Yeah. So he wasn't ready going for a fight. He was going to put on a show, and he got killed. Yeah. So rest in peace, Apollo Creed.
Yep. But that's a great point. I mean, bro, even when you think about like freaking Warrior, I mean, bro, everybody loved the Warrior. He didn't come down like he was ready to kill somebody, bro. And that's how you felt. And that was the excitement. I mean, bro, you got the guy standing in the middle of the ring that just toasted you, and we're doing,
Yeah, doing the whole gimmick, man. Yeah, the character work to me is just, NXT had so many gems as characters, man. I mean, still, Triple H is doing some really good. I mean, Shawn Michaels is doing some really good character work too. But when Triple H was there, man, they had some really good character that never translate. Like Karrion Kross didn't translate. Bobby Roode didn't. I mean, the whole Glorious thing was money. Yeah, I mean, exactly. EC3, like there were so many people that didn't translate well in the main roster, man. It's just, it's unfortunate to see.
You know, it's funny that you say that, Chris, because that NXT crowd at Full Sail, that was so easy to please. Is that how we made the decision and the segue and the transition to writing this for that crowd? Because it's so freaking easy, and you got them right here no matter what you do. That's what a lot of people don't understand. EC3 could tell you, because he's in the middle of doing it now. Bro, the hardest thing to do in anything is getting new fans or getting new consumers or getting new customers. That is the hardest thing to do. And it just seems like the WWE has given up on that concept altogether, and we're just going to cater to the people we already have. That's easy, bro. There's no work involved in that, because like I said, Triple H can come down to the ring, drop his drawers, and take a deuce, and they're going to sing number two.
Number two. Number two.
You know what I'm saying? That is so easy to do, but freaking EC3, who's got to sell tickets to that show every month, that's the challenge, bro. It's not easy work.
I give this feedback to anybody, and maybe TV people should take it too, but you have to, no matter how over you are, I think, be cognizant that this could be the first time somebody's seeing you. So I'm not saying don't progress your stories or don't have your insight. Don't play into the realm of like things that are established, but you have to grab people's attentions with something that if they've never seen you, you get them. They get you right away. And that's why I tell a lot of the talent too. It's like, well, yeah, last month we did this and this. I'm like, they don't remember. They remember you won and they remember this happened. So just play to that. But also there's 40 new people here probably. So make sure they know bad, good. And I think talent become nervous that if they're repetitive in any sort of way, they're going to take flack from people on the internet. I already saw him do this. Oh, he did this a month ago. Where like you just have to let that go, because if you're going to master something, you have to constantly do it time and time and time again. I don't think anybody got mad that Jordan made a jump shot because he made a jump shot every game. You know what I mean? It's like, don't be afraid to have these certain things that are naturally yours that kind of tell people who you are. And if people say, well, you've already done that, or you feel like you're being lazy because you're not doing new stuff that you've never practiced or you don't know how to do, and it's half-assed and it looks stupid, then you just look stupid and half-assed. Whereas if you're proficient as hell in these certain things and these like character kind of nuances, people won't get sick of seeing it. They pay money to see it again and again, and you'll attract new people.
Yeah, Chris, you know what it is, and I say this over and over and over again. The hardest thing for wrestlers to do, and I don't understand it because it was the easiest thing for me, be in the moment. But if they're not in the moment, Chris, you know why they're not in the moment? Because they don't believe it. They themselves don't believe it, and that's why they're not in the moment. Cody's moment should be that SOB kicked me in the balls, bloodied me, the rapper slapped me. That's in the moment. Yeah. For some reason, they're not believing what they're actually doing. Brett's the perfect example. He believed it. There was a war between U.S. and Canada, bro, and this guy believed it. And because he believed it, you believed it. Yeah. So that you know, again, bro, it's like, man, if you're not in the moment, nobody's going to be in the moment.
Yeah, I think both of you make fantastic points, man. And as EC3 was talking, I was like, you know what? WWE reminds me a lot of like a diner style mentality with the franchise budget. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to a diner, it's like everybody knows everybody. Like, hey, there's Vince. Hey, Vince comes every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. You know, oh, there's Mike. You know what I mean? He comes on Sunday afternoons. You know what I mean? Like they have like everybody knows everybody, and like you really don't focus so much on expanding. You know, the people, just everybody comes all the time at the same time. But then with a franchise budget, like you start like. That burger was like $3. It's $8 now. And people are like, okay. I mean, I've been coming to this diner for like 10 years, but it's starting to stretch a little bit. Like, and it's like, you got to pay attention to that stuff, man. You got to give us an $8 burger. You got to boost your promotion, or you got to give us a reason to tell people about this diner and expand that referral base. But if you just hike up, the burger price, expecting everybody to still come, eventually people are going to taper down, man. That diner's going to go out of business.
And Chris, on top of that, what they've created is the regulars at the diner don't want anybody else coming to the diner.
Right.
This is our diner. And if you come to our diner, we are going to sing at the top of our lungs until you leave. Because
gotta go.
We eat here, man. We don't want you to eat here. That's what they've created, bro.
My $8 burger, you know.
That's exactly. Yeah.
Indeed.
That's funny.
We got EC3. We got Vince Russo. I am Dr. Chris. This is the Wrestling Outlaws. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.